Hey, this is Steve from Flowmaster. I'm happy to introduce today our new Delta Force cold air intake for the 2015 to 2016 Charger and Challenger SRT Hellcat with a 6.2 liter motor. Now these Delta Force cold air intakes have a washable, reusable high flow filter that comes pre-oiled, a black powder coated heat shield, a durable polyethylene intake tube with a nice rib design and the Flowmaster logo right here in the center, reinforced silicone couplers, all stainless steel hardware, and it's 100% direct bolt into the factory mounting locations. Now, the tools for the job are 7/16 wrench, 5/16 nut driver, 1/4 inch drive ratchet, T15 Torx, Phillips screwdriver, 7/32 Allen, and a 5/32 Allen. All Flowmaster products are dyno tuned during the development phases for maximum power gains and efficiency. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get this installed in this Hellcat here. Okay, we're in the shop. We got a 2015 Dodge Challenger Hellcat with a 6.2 liter motor. We're going to start on the removal of the stock airbox. So let's get started. First, we're going to start off by removing this bolt. We're going to unplug the sensor. We're going to pull the breather hose up, and then we're going to loosen this clamp. And then the stock airbox assembly should just come right out. Okay, next we're going to remove the sensor. We're going to pull up on this little gray tab and unlock it, and then go ahead and squeeze it. Unplug. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and pull out the breather elbow right here on the intake tube. Just going to have to wiggle it, pull out. Next we're going to loosen this clamp up, and then we're going to slide the intake tube off the throttle body here. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and pull the stock airbox assembly out. You should be able to just grab it and pull straight up. Okay, we got the stock airbox assembly out of the vehicle. We're going to go ahead and get ready to assemble the new Delta Force cold air intake. Okay, we got our Delta Force cold air intake laid out here on the table. We're going to get ready on the assembly of it. So we're first going to start off with the heat shield here. And we're going to go ahead and put the air filter adapter on. And it's going to go on the inside of the heat shield. And on the back side here, we're going to line up the 3 bolt holes. We're going to put the Allen on. It's got a lock washer and then a flat washer. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on a bracket onto the heat shield here. We're going to start with this guy. It's going to go on the outside of the heat shield. Now from the inside, we're going to go ahead and put the Allen bolt. And then backside here by the bracket, we're going to put the flat washer, the lock washer, and then a nut. Okay, and we're going to leave this loose, so when we go put it in the car, we can do a final adjustment. All right, we're going to go ahead and put the second bracket on to the heat shield here. Now this bracket here, it's got 2 holes. It's got a small hole right here, and then it's got the bigger hole. The smaller hole is going to be the bolt hole, and it's going to go on the inside of the heat shield. So we're going to go ahead and put the bolt through. And then the back side here, we're going to go ahead and put the flat washer and then the nut on. Okay, so we got this snug down by hand. We want to go ahead and leave this loose. Again, when we go to test fit this into the vehicle, we can find out the final orientation of the brackets. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put the gasket on. Now the gasket for the heat shield here comes in excess length, so you may need to trim it to fit your heat shield. So I'm going to start here at the bottom and then just work our way all the way around. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and test fit the heat shield into the vehicle so that we can get the brackets lined up in the correct location to those factory mounting points. Okay, the factory mounting points on this vehicle is going to be right here and also right here in this hole. Now first we're going to start off by inserting our grommet into the hole. And now we can test the heat shield. Now with the supplied hardware, it's going to be this Allen bolt. This will go through the bracket and into that grommet. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and line up this bracket here we're going to use the stock hardware that came off the factory airbox. Okay, now we got the orientation of the brackets where they need to be. We're going to go ahead and tighten up these brackets. Okay, we got the brackets tightened down in the correct orientation. So we're going to go ahead and remove the heat shield. Okay, we're going to go ahead and remove the old mass air sensor and install in the new intake tube. Okay, we got our mass air sensor out of our stock air box. We're going to go ahead and remove the factory gasket here. We're just going to slide it off. And now we're going to put on the supplied gasket that comes in the kit. Now with the supplied hardware, which are going to be these two little screws, we're going to go ahead and install this onto the new intake tube. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the grommet. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the reinforced silicone couplers onto the intake tube. Now on this side here with the grommet, this is going to be the throttle body side. This is going to use the smaller coupler out of the two. So we're going to go ahead and push this on. And then we'll just go ahead and just snug this down. We want to leave this loose so we allow for some adjustment. Now this bigger coupler is going to go onto the air filter side. Now this one here, again, we're going to leave this one a little bit of loose so we allow for some adjustment. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and attach the intake tube to the heat shield. Again, we want to leave this loose for some adjustment. Okay, now let's go ahead and put it in the car. Okay, we got our heat shield secured down to the vehicle. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten down the reinforced silicone couplers. Now this silicone coupler here on the throttle body side, we're going to make sure this is pressed up against the throttle body. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten it down. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and reinstall the breather hose into the intake tube. All right, next we're going to go ahead and reconnect the sensor. Now you want to make sure you hear it click, and then go ahead and press down the gray locking tab. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and put on the air filter. Okay, that concludes our installation on our Delta Force cold air intake for the 2015 to 2016 Dodge Charger and Challenger Hellcat with a 6.2 liter motor. Now, installation time on this was roughly about 30 to 45 minutes. Now, there's also one other part that's included in our Delta Force cold air intake kit, and this is the hood block-off plate. Now, this is recommended if you put it on in wet weather condition. Now, this is an easy installation. It reuses the two factory bolts on the hood vent. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.